All right, everybody, welcome back to the Raider roster report. Today's Friday, April 30th. This is Raider Sparks, and just another quick video here. We're coming on to day two, and an exciting day one for us, getting Alex Leatherwood. So let's talk about him real quick. It's interesting. A lot of the reports, and I reported last night 34-inch arms. A lot of the reports have a 33 and 7/8 with a 9.5 hand and 85 and 3/8 wingspan, which is huge. But there's also many reports out there. Pro Football Network reported him at 34 and 3/8 arms. SB Nation 34 and 3/8 arms. SI.com on January 27, 2021 reported him at 34 and 3/8 arms. So a little bit of a discrepancy, and Tom Keeble, obviously, we kind of projected him as that was one of the prerequisites for the 34-inch arms. But either way, 33 and 7/8, you're looking at an eighth off. Still pretty good sized hands, but a tremendous wingspan at 85 plus. So I think either way, he's definitely got the length. It's just interesting how the reporting comes to us as fans, and how the reporting and accuracy that obviously the NFL gets is different than what a lot of us fans will get. The one thing that I will note with Leatherwood, and I guess could have made the pick a little bit more obvious. I think some fans out there had it right. I saw a mock draft with Leatherwood, and obviously the reports yesterday early were Leatherwood was going to be the pick. But his his relative athletic score was really good. His 40 time put him at 94 percentile for offensive tackles, but his vertical jump at 34.5 put him at 99% in the percentile, and then his broad jump at 910 also put him at 99% in the percentile. So all of those things equal athletic profile that obviously they were looking for. Let's see here. They talked about it a little bit, being able to get to that second level in the run game. And so, Mike Mayock's interview after specifically talked a lot about him in the run game, how he can anchor better in the pass pro and push upfield. He should be able to allow couple things: Derek Carr to step up in the pocket, and also keep Josh Jacobs cleaner coming through the first wave, and then get to the second level. He said Mayock in his interview said that Leatherwood was starting day one at right tackle, and it's his spot, and then go from there. Obviously, they picked him with the upside of knowing that if something didn't work out with tackle, that he's a versatile player and could play guard as well. So that's I think a lot of the decision making. Part of the interview too was talking about the medicals. How he walked into the draft room at 4 p.m. and they were just now getting medicals on some players, and sounds like they had to adjust the board, and that's part of, I think, Darashaw, a lot of reports of the groin. But when I reported out my best tackles for the Raiders, I did note a concern with Darashaw about the groin, because at his pro day he didn't do all the drills because of the groin. But what I didn't know is how bad it was, and there's reports out that he had some surgery done. Some reports are minor, some reports that it's more than minor, and just kind of all over the place. And I think that medical may have had some effect on the Raiders draft pick. Mayock did note that the coaches and scouts all were in agreement from day one that this was their guy, this was their top tackle. In fact, Mayock said that at the time of the pick, Leatherwood was the top-rated player on their board, offense or defense. Then again, I think maybe the medical might have had a little bit to do with that. They may have already known more about Darashaw's interview based on his pro day and not doing some of the drills. And that all obviously could have been a concern for him. So interesting how the pick went. The more you think about it, the more athletic he is. All of Mayock's interviews talked about getting younger and more athletic, and they certainly have done that with this pick. Let's see what else. He did mention interesting that he talked to Nick Saban on several players, so that could be a little window into who we get in our next few picks, if it's possible to get more it's possible to get more Alabama players. I'm sure it will be. But I think that kind of wraps up on Leatherwood. Oh, the one interesting, I think, one of the things that was mentioned about the pick itself, and Mayock actually acknowledged that it would be a controversial pick, which I thought was interesting. So the report, they kind of followed up on that, like, why was this controversial? And Mayock even said, we were watching the draft shows, and everybody has them as a day two and that type of thing. So the one thing that I could say is going into day two is that they're very unpredictable. The Raiders, obviously, they hear from the fans and they hear the media, but they pretty much do their own thing. I mean, and that's true. I mean, the Colt Miller pick, Farrell pick, Arnett pick, even the Leatherwood pick. Now there's fans and the media and everything else had one thing, and they pretty much did their own. So it's tough to predict the Raiders and what they're going to do in the draft and how they're valuing their players. They did talk about in the news conference, the press conference, about day two and some needs that they might have in the secondary, and so Mayock basically said that he likes the depth between 33 and 48. He thinks the board's going to fall. He is open to moving up or down. But he said there are several players that are solid players and that on both sides of the football. So he's open to doing what it takes. He did, obviously secondary is a concern, and a lot of talk about Trayvon Mooring, which probably a surprise to a lot of people. He's still on the board. We'll see when safeties start to go. Once the safeties start to go, Trayvon Mooring will probably be the first, and then a lot of talk about the Raiders getting Richie Grant. But again, and Javon Holland. So these two players are interesting to me, Richie Grant and Javon Holland, because there's been lately many articles written about both of them, about going to the Raiders and how much they're in love with these guys. And we'll see how much of that's accurate, because Mayock, I thought it was interesting that he acknowledged him watching the media and their reaction to the Leatherwood pick, but obviously they know beforehand, because he said, before we made the pick, we knew it would be controversial. So they understand what's going on, and so and they know Raider Nation wants free safety. I imagine in the second round, most Raider Nation is on agreement there, but we will see what they end up doing. I think it'll be interesting day today. Me personally, I hope they address the pass rush in the second round. I know one of Mayock's press conferences was that they need to get better. They need to get a speedier pass rusher, and they need to improve that area. So I'm hoping that's what they stick with. I think all of these safeties have fallen so far that I think you still find in the third round to get the safety you want. I think the one they want is Gillespie. I've said that many times, but all the reports, Mooring, Grant, and Holland are the front runners. So we will see if they go with the front runner, if they go with their own board, or however their board shapes up. I have no idea what's on their board. So we shall see. It's going to be an interesting day. Enjoy, everybody. Just a quick video to talk about Leatherwood specifically. I think after a night's sleep, I think Raider Nation could feel pretty good about the pick, even though it's not quite where we wanted the pick to be. I think overall, I think that I trust that the Raiders did their homework on Darashaw, and that injury was maybe a little bit more than reported, and that Alex Leatherwood fits their scheme, and he did mention that they did have a trade possibility, but didn't like the package that was being offered, but also the team that was looking to trade with them had a need for tackle, so he felt that was the case. And it's possible the Vikings, who got Darashaw, were actually going to maybe be the team to trade up and get Leatherwood. So that is a possibility. You never know. And we'll never know probably. But anyways, that's all I got today. Enjoy the draft tonight, and we'll talk later today.